Are we going?
We're going.
Okay, so good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Welcome to Photography is Nothing. This is a podcast about photography.
And life.
And today it's about
Taylor Swift.
Yay! Okay, so this is episode 13. We are very excited today because we have a couple of special guests. I'm Courtney McCracken.
I'm Zach Dobson.
And these are our children, a couple of them.
Hello.
Do you want to introduce yourself and tell us why you're here today?
I'm Louisa, and I'm here because I'm a pro Swiftie, and I know all about her albums and her songs and everything.
For sure. Okay.
I'm Nev, and I'm just a Swiftie. That's why I'm here.
There's different tiers of Swifties for sure. And you're both above me. And so we definitely needed you here. We are going to talk about...
Well, we're talking about the photography of Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
this is our 13th episode.
This is our 13th episode. So if you know, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And real ones do. And so we've got... Okay, so we're going to talk about all of Taylor Swift's albums, covers.
Yes. She's worked with a lot of very famous and talented photographers throughout her career. Mm-hmm. And we wanted to talk about, with some people who know about her a lot and her music a lot, how some of the photography kind of complements the music itself.
Yeah, and how important it is because it becomes, and we're going to talk about kind of the evolution of that photography in her album covers from start to now, because I'm sure if it's not obvious to you, there's a great reason for us to be doing a Taylor Swift show at this point, because why?
The Life of a Showgirl?
Yes, just came out.
Yes, it just came out.
And it is so good. Do we love Life of a Showgirl?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm in the camp of I love it. I think it's great. It's an excellent album. I could talk about it for hours.
Yes, and often do.
And often do. That's true. Okay, so we're going to just jump right in. Yeah?
Yeah. Do we want to start with talking about their photos?
Oh, you guys have some favorite Taylor Swift photos, though. So why don't you share
I'll bring up Lou's first.
Okay, so we've got Louisa. This is a select that you have a favorite Taylor Swift image. Tell us about it.
So, it's one of my favorites because it has like a lot going on, but it also is like kind of like very obvious that what's happening, especially because she's wearing literally a birthday headband. But, I think it's just like a very fun picture, and I also think it's really random that she's holding a nutcracker, and I think
Yeah, do you have any idea why she's holding a nutcracker? Do we know?
Well, I think they were just doing like a photo shoot like thing, and then they were just like holding stuff.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure they were all holding something, but I don't know what they were holding.
Oh, okay.
The people in the photo.
It is fun.
And but there was a different photo she had that I was looking for before this, where she like holding the glass to the side, and it's just her. But
I'll look and see if I can find it, and I'll put that one in the episode.
Okay, because like I couldn't find it, and it was actually very hard to find this one, but
Minky's finally going to make his.
But yeah, so he decided for our 13th episode here. Join us.
Yes, This is Minky. He's a Swiftie.
Mm-hmm.
He's our cat. No, he's a random.
For those of you listening.
Our black cat just showed up.
But this is one of my favorite ones just because it's just like, I think it's very interesting, and I think it's also just very fun.
Yeah, it's a great one. Yeah, and it shows her like fun side.
Okay, now tell us about the next photo.
So this one I really like because there was when I got this like random like little Taylor Swift like piano thingy, and it came with a ton of stickers of her, and one of them looked like this picture, but I loved it and I really really liked it, and she just looked like really like ethereal in it.
It's interesting, the ethereal, how like the technical aspects of the photography contribute to that. A strong backlight and the highlights really add to that kind of effect that you're talking about.
That's great. Who did you get that fun sticker set from?
Nev.
Shout out.
Okay, now let's look at Nev's photos.
I really like this photo because it's like putting like a lot of it like onto her face, so all the focus is on her face and the rest of it like being blurred out like that. It makes it like look really cool.
Yeah, do you know what this was from?
No.
Can I say?
Yeah.
It's from her 1989 set on the Eras tour. and but this is before she switched her outfits, because she had 2 sets of outfits for the Eras tour for the 1989, and this was her original set of outfits. I like this one too a lot. It's like a sunset, and it kind of reminds me of like her song Wildest Dreams, which was on the Eras tour, so it could have been during that song.
Nice. Oh,
well, I really like this photo because it's very different from her other photos with like the black makeup and stuff, and like how it's in black and white. I think it makes it like really cool, and I like how like the photo looks, and like how like her outfit is too.
What album era is this from?
I don't know.
It's from Reputation.
Reputation.
Mm-hmm.
She does pictures like this a lot, like with the dresses and turned to the side. That's actually
pose.
She did that for Speak Now, for her original version, and for her Taylor's version. So.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. So now we're gonna. Oh, this is another one.
We'll do one more.
I really like this because of like the colors. I think makes like her like face and everything like look like very like good, and I also like all like the jewelry and how like her makeup like also matches with all of that.
The outfit is from the Grammys. I think it was 2022.
Okay, cool. Okay, so we're going to go back to 2006 for her debut album. Is this just self-titled? Is it just Taylor Swift?
It's just Taylor Swift.
And the photographer is Andrew Orth.
Commonly referred to, though, as the debut album.
Yeah. People call it debut.
Yeah.
Debut album. Okay. Debut.
Yes.
Okay. So this is the cover photo. What do you think of the cover photo? Talk about it.
Oh, well, I really like it because of, like, I like how the background, like, really reminds me of, like, nature and stuff because of, like, the greens and the blues. And I think that it matches her songs pretty well, and I also like her curly hair.
Her natural hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is very, very good picture for this album because it very much like is like country, and also looks like it's from like the 2000s because it has like the butterflies and the flowers and like just the designs. And I think also I think also like the curly hair side part is always like country. So
we'll show the cover photo, and then we'll also look at some of the other images from the cover photo shoots. So do you think overall this kind of goes with the feel of the album?
Yes.
100%.
Because she's like, it's like kind of like very naturey. I feel like country, obviously you always have to have a pickup truck, but
Yeah.
she actually sings about like trucks in her songs because that's always country. And she's wearing cowboy boots, which is also very country. And I just think like it works very well. And I think they're good because they're not like super detailed or complicated, which I feel like is like kind of shows like where she started. Because like if you look at like all the debut pictures versus the Life of a Showgirl pictures, you can see like how she went from just like simple pictures that were like kind of reminded her of her albums to like these very complicated pictures that had a lot of thought put into them.
Okay. Yeah, we're definitely going to see that.
What do you think about the fact that she's 16 here? That's just a couple years older than you. Does that feel funny? Can you imagine like in 2 years, like having a photo shoot for a
I know the answer to that.
album
Did you
cover?
imagine that?
Yes. I feel like
I knew that was the answer. I'm like, of course she can. Yes.
But
she
also,
can.
it's really crazy because she started writing her albums at 13, and
it's just very inspiring.
I also really like writing songs.
Yes, absolutely. We should mention.
For the record, I could see it too.
We should, and she's got the added advantage of already being. Both of them and being photo shoots regularly, right?
That's true. You're all very comfortable in front of the camera.
So I do want to mention that, yes, both of you are accomplished performers. And so they do have a lot in
Lots of
common
experience.
With very young Taylor Swift. So at their respective ages.
We did not perform the national anthem.
Not yet. Not yet. So.
So the next album is...
Fearless.
So from what I saw, this was kind of a team effort for the photos. The photographers were credited as Joseph Anthony Barker, Ash Newell, and Cheryl Nields. So let's look at the images here. First, let's start with the cover photo. What do you think of the cover photo?
So I think I really like this one because she keeps her curly hair, but it kind of like changes from like messy curly like side part to like kind of like put together more, and she still keeps like her white dress and everything, but it's just like different. Like before, it was kind of like a casual like sundress, and now it's like kind of like a little bit more fancy. And I think that works very well because this album is a lot about like fairy tale and just has like a lot of like make believe and like metaphors. And I think I think all her pictures go with that very well.
I agree with that, and I think that all the photos do match like the fairy tale and I think that they're really pretty and awesome.
These are really pretty pictures. She looks really pretty in these pictures. I agree with that.
It's, to me, from a photo industry standpoint, I feel like it was like, okay, you got your debut album and you're new, we're testing things out, and like, oh, this did pretty well, we're going to put some more money behind your next album and get some like...
These are far more refined and sophisticated pictures.
Right.
The quality has continued to improve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it they also like fit like her songs pretty well.
Because what? Can you tell us like more about the album?
So, in the album she has a lot of love songs in this album. She also has a few breakup songs. But that's mostly what the album was about, cuz this is when she starts like a little bit like leaning into like more just like love and breakup songs, because her first album she does have her fair share of love and breakup songs. But she also has a few other songs that are about like herself trying to make like a career out of music kind of, and or like getting started in music. And she also has like a song about just like her friends and like and how she just loves being around them and how she feels like she can be herself. So this one is a lot more just about like love.
Next up would be Fearless. We're going to talk about the Taylor's versions, separate from the original. And for those of you who do not know all the Taylor lore, I want to catch you up, and I think you guys can help us. So what is so you may or may not notice that when you go to listen to a Taylor Swift album or song, it might have TV next to it, and that means Taylor's version. So do you want to tell us what Taylor's version means?
Taylor's version is because for her first 6 albums she made with Big Machine, she had they sold her albums to somebody without her consent, so they own all the copyright to it. So they get the money from the songs. So she re-recorded them with the songs that got cut from the album. She re-recorded them and released them with new album pictures and some with music videos to so that her fans could listen to the Taylor's version and she would get money from them. But she recently bought back all her masters, so now she owns both Taylor's version and not Taylor's version.
Yes, so you are allowed to listen to the originals as well as Taylor version. But real Taylor Swift fans had ceased to listen to the original
except for
albums,
Reputation,
except for the ones that hadn't been released
and
yet,
Debut,
re-released. And so anyone who, in order to support Taylor and all of the people that worked for Taylor and helped her produce all this work, they were not receiving royalties from the originals. And so Swifties committed to only listening to Taylor's version of the albums that she had re-recorded. And it's my understanding that it was Kelly Clarkson who suggested this to her, to just go ahead and re-record all of her albums. And she did, and it was basically what allowed Taylor to launch into the next level of her creative, career, because she was now getting the royalties from her original music by re-recording it. She was getting it from the new versions. And every time I think I've heard a story that like every time she would release a new Taylor's version, she would send Kelly Clarkson a huge bouquet of flowers as a thank you. And actually, many other artists have started to re-record their music. And so this is like one of the, for me, the most inspiring ways, and one of the first ways that we see Taylor Swift start to change the music industry in such a significant way by putting the power back into the artist's hands. And that has, if you know anything about music and the history of the music industry in the U.S. especially, you know that that's a huge problem.
The exploitation of artists.
Yes, absolutely. It's been going on since the beginning of recording of music.
Yeah.
And so it's just really exciting, and it's just like one reason that I personally am a huge Swiftie, because I think it's just like the coolest thing. So we're going to talk about both Taylor's version and the original for the albums that she's re-recorded.
Okay, so Fearless, Taylor's version. The photographer is Beth Garrabrant. Beth Garrabrant did all of the Taylor's version album covers.
Okay. And so tell us about the difference. What do you think or the update? What do you think? What's your feelings?
Well, first of all, like, they are way, like, higher quality, I think, than her other videos. And I think that they have more thought put into them. And I think that they, like, look like they're, like, newer and...
Okay, so you think they got better?
Maybe, like, more current, more modern, more her style?
Yeah.
I think in all of her albums, in all of her Taylor's version, she kind of leaned more into color. So, like, I actually think that goes for all of her album covers. She had a color theme, but in her Taylor's version, she had more color. So, as you see in this one, so in the non-Taylor's version, she had some yellow, but it was not very much. It was just like her hair, and you could see like some, but it wasn't very much color. It was mostly white. But in this one, and then the text was yellow. But in this one, it's like all completely like this golden yellow. And I think that's also cool because it's like now she has all her songs, which actually a lot of songs were cut from Fearless. So.
Yeah, so that's the other thing, right? And I know you mentioned this, but just to be clear, that when she would, with her Taylor's version, she would put back in, what do they call them?
The vault
tracks. That's what they're called.
So they were songs
Swifties.
That were cut by anyone that was working with her.
The producers or whatever, yeah.
Yeah, that decided that they didn't want them in the album. So they were cut, and she decided to add them to her Taylor's version.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next up
is...
Speak Now.
Okay.
Speak Now.
Photographer Joseph Anthony Baker, and these photos are a lot more stylized for the cover. And what do you think about what's significant about this album?
So this one, she also has a lot of, I think she has like some like fantasy in it still. And the original version, now this is one of the albums where she actually switched colors because she had it being red. And then I don't know if it was the deluxe version, but then she changed the dress to purple. And then purple is the Speak Now, is the Taylor's version color. So, but the original is red.
Oh, okay.
And, but I think this one's very cool because it's kind of like, it also kind of looks like a painting. It's very like artistic and it's just like very like performative, and I think it's kind of like a little bit more that she's like kind of had a tour and everything, so now she's like has a little bit more this time.
And what about how this complements the music? Like,
what's significant about this album? Why is it called Speak Now?
So she, so people basically were saying that she couldn't write an album by herself. So for Speak Now, she wrote all the songs by herself, and she was, I think, all the producers also, but or something. I think
she also like helped produce it, or
but she was.
We'll look that up to confirm.
But she was because she's the only person credited at the end of the song. But she wrote all of the songs in the album by herself to prove she could do it. But she has a lot of different songs in this album. She has some love songs like that were like very much love songs. She has a couple breakup songs, and she even has a song about Kanye West.
Which is like another, I feel like a double entendre on Speak Now.
Yeah.
Right? Because he famously interrupted her.
Yeah.
Tried to silence her.
But she's actually saying that she doesn't care and that she's forgiving him. Mm-hmm. It's innocent, by the way.
Okay. So.
Speak Now, Taylor's version.
What do we want to say about that? Where are the So this is the new cover.
Well, I really like these ones. I think I like them more than the older ones because I feel like there's so much more like color, like how Louisa was saying, and like they still like look similar, but like they don't look similar at the same time. And I think that like the colors, like they all like make each other like pop, and I think like they're really cool.
I think she kept the dress, the purple one, and she also has curly hair in this one, so she kind of went a little bit to like go backwards to go to curly hair, because in her Fearless one she didn't really have as much curly hair, but in this one she does.
It's very like classical painting looking. It looks like a Renaissance kind of portrait. It's very like simple lighting from a photography perspective and nice, contrast. And the color is very warm, like what you're saying. I don't know. It's kind of interesting because the first version is kind of painted, like the dress is painted in or augmented with some kind of graphic design. And this one looks like a painting, but in a more of like classical sense instead of modern.
Yeah, I never noticed that before, but that's a good point.
All right, let's go into what's next. We got an airplane, so you're gonna kind of have to speak up a little bit.
Red.
I really like these photos like a lot because of like how like her red lip like pops out, and I think that like fits very well because like her album's called Red, and like if you like look at the photos, like the first thing you see is like her red lip, and I feel like shows the album very well. And also it's like you can see like a big difference from Speak Now to Red, and like,
yeah, she's totally different here,
and she doesn't have like super curly hair, and like it's more of like her newer albums.
It's more modern.
I think this one's kind of like she definitely went a lot more into like pop for this album, and I think this is really when she decided to start doing the red lipstick.
Yeah, this is kind of like the introduction.
Yeah, and
of this iconic look.
And I think all these like pictures represent the album really well, because they're like outside summer. But I also think it's like very like. It feels like she's like also with the red lip, like it's making like a bold choice to make herself like stand out. And I think it's kind of like it's very interesting because like in all these songs they're like breakup songs, and she's like talking about like all these different breakups and all these like bad things. And then at the end of the album, for the original, not Taylor's version, not deluxe, in the original album it ends with this song called Begin Again, because throughout the whole album she's talking about breakups and everything ending, but then at the end she talks about how it all begins again.
Okay,
that's cool.
All right, and who was the photographer for that?
This was Lowfield, Sarah Barlow, and Stephen Showfield. They put their names together, Lowfield. So they worked together on this photo shoot.
Okay. Yeah, I like those pictures a lot. What are your favorite songs from Red?
My favorite is, I don't know,
All Too Well 10-minute version, and I also really like.
But that's only on Taylor's version.
That's
right?
only on Taylor's version. But because all my favorites are on Taylor's version.
Well, sure, and that's what you mostly grew up listening to.
Yeah, but this for the original version, she has All Too Well 5.5-minute version. Okay. But I like Sad, Beautiful, Tragic. That one's really good.
Okay.
I like We're Never Ever Getting Back Together.
That's a bop.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
It's funny because all her most popular albums, most streamed albums, songs, otherwise than All Too Well, are all upbeat breakup songs.
Yes.
So
we love those.
So the Taylor's version photo, again, is Beth Garrabrant. What do you think about this photo?
So, like I was saying, it has a lot more color in it, a lot more red. And I like this one. I think it has a lot more red. I think it kind of leans more into the All Too Well instead of like I Knew You Were Trouble or We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together or 22. It kind of is more fall when the other ones were more like summery and like fun. And then this one is kind of just like autumn where like leaves.
I like this one like, I don't know which one I like more, but this one, the newer one, I think that, like, in her old ones, like how I was saying, her, like, you can, like, the first thing you notice is her red lip, but in her newer photos, it's, like, the, like, background and, like, the things that she's wearing and stuff, and then, like, the last thing you notice is her red lip, so it's, like...
Sure, it kind of isn't as prominently featured, because really the only red in the original cover is her lips, but then... In the Taylor's version, you've got the hat that's kind of a brown-red color, and then a red in, what is this, like a car back there? Yeah, so... I
really like the one, though, from the original where she's laying on the ground with her sunglasses on and, like, her arm behind her
That
head.
looks like 1989.
It does, but I really like that picture.
Yeah.
It's very... too, this kind of feels like, you know, the low contrast... muted colors.
Like
I mean, this is like 2012. It's like a vintage film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She has a picture like that on 1989.
Okay.
Well, so the next album.
Same photographers.
The album is
1989.
Yay!
Yeah, Lowfield photographed this one as well. Well, we talked about this album cover on our album cover episode.
Yes, because it's an iconic album cover.
Yeah, as far as like modern album covers go, like this is one of the most recognizable.
Very recognizable. So, okay, so we're going to talk about first the original.
So I really like this album, and I love the picture because it obviously is a Polaroid picture. And she actually talks about Polaroid pictures in one of her songs, Out of the Woods. And I think that is kind of like... a reference to that, and then this is very summer and beach, and she has like the seagulls on her shirt, and I think I just really like this one because it's very different, and I think it also kind of is like a little bit meant to like represent like closer to 1989, which was her birth year.
I like this album cover because of the Polaroid picture. I like a lot, and like the handwriting on it, I think is like very like.
Of the era.
And I like the photo because of like the birds in it, and like I feel like in this album pictures she's wearing more like casual things. Like her other one, she has casual outfits too, but I feel like in this one it's kind of just like I feel like you just like pull it out of your closet and then you like, put it on, and then it's like that's what you're wearing.
I feel like from a photography standpoint, along with what you all have told me about the album, you know, it's very like pop and influenced by 80s music. And, you know, obviously the Polaroid goes with that. And I feel like, you know, there's a lot of thought and consideration put into all of the images really matching the vibe of the music. But the other thing I thought we should talk about, maybe you can talk about it, are the Polaroids, the sets.
Yeah, so if I remember correctly, this album came with, like, how many different versions? Do we know? We looked that up last time.
There were 13.
Obviously.
Well, each one had 13 Polaroids, and there were 5 different sets.
Okay, so this was really the beginning of, I feel like, the collectability of her albums, that people would start buying. Like, there was this incentive to buy multiple sets. And maybe it wasn't created with that intention, but I think it's certainly what happened.
Yeah.
And so that is kind of the beginning of the end for Swifties, isn't it? Because now we want everything. And so I think that's just like so fascinating. It's also like kind of a throwback because there were other albums that did that sort of thing over the years. And so she's kind of calling back to some of those other artists that have done something similar.
Sure.
Historically. So with Polaroids or like different versions. I mean, there was the Pearl Jam album that had literal Polaroids.
No code.
Yes. And then that was from our youth. And then I think that there was also that there was the Talking Heads thing that where maybe there was Polaroids made up the cover of the album.
Oh, you're right. That was more songs about building and food.
Yeah. So I just think there's some like interesting kind of, and she does do a lot of like allusions to other people, and I wouldn't put it past her to have known about anything that feels similar.
Yeah.
I think that there's a lot of assumption around Taylor Swift that because she's a young woman that she doesn't know what she's doing. And I think that she has gone above and beyond as time has gone by to prove how wrong everyone is and how much they underestimate her sensibility and her awareness of the culture around her, and also just how bright and interesting she is, right? So as we move on, you start to see more and more where she's offering up interesting little Easter eggs, as you all call them for her, She offers little Easter eggs about future albums that are coming out or things that are going on, right? Okay, so I just want to make sure that I mention that I think that Taylor Swift is acutely aware of where she's drawing influence from, and is actually really, really great, especially we saw in this most recent album when we get to it, is in naming names and giving all the credit to people, to everyone that she pulls from. Okay, so the 1989 Taylor's version.
So in this Taylor's version, she has a lot more color, and she still keeps like the outline, like as if it were a Polaroid, but it's very obviously not a Polaroid anymore. And but it's very much like she's like having fun, and she's like on the beach. And before it was kind of like there were things that were like a tribute to like being on the beach, like her seagull shirt and like other things like that. But this time it's like she's actually on the beach. She's like actually there.
Sure. Well, because last time she was kind of at a ferry or something, right?
That was part of the photo shoot.
Yeah.
And then the Polaroids were all taken in a loft.
Okay. So, yeah, this one, there's literal seagulls.
5 seagulls for her 5th album.
Oh, see? She's so smart. Okay. And what do you think do you think it's an improvement? Do you like it?
Yes, I like it a lot.
Mm-hmm. What are your favorite songs from this album?
Well,
Bad Blood. Don't judge me. I'm in my Reputation era. No, I like I Wish You Would a lot. That one's really good. I also really like How You Get the Girl.
I like Welcome to New York and Style.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, that's all.
And that's all. And she does a lot of, she has Easter eggs even in her songs, right? That are leading you into the next album, right? Okay,
next album, 2017.
Reputation.
Yeah.
Reputation.
So the photographers are Mert and Marcus, very famous fashion photographers since the late 90s, 97 or so. Do a lot of really high-end shoots for, fashion houses and all the highest level magazines.
Yes, and they are, and you can see it, right? So as we're looking at these.
This is my favorite album, and my favorite songs in this album is like all of them, but especially like Don't Blame Me. I also like I Did Something Bad and In Game. Those are some of my favorite. And
you dressed up in Reputation wear for the Eras Tour.
Yeah, the Eras Tour, I dressed up as Reputation.
Okay, so many of the fans who went to the Eras Tour picked an album, like an era, to dress in. And then so that's like Nev. And then there are other Swifties who went in like all of the eras, and that was more like Louisa. But we'll share a picture from your Eras Tour outfits if that's okay.
My favorite songs are... so I really like King of My Heart is really good. I don't like the chorus as much as I like the pre-chorus and the verse, but it's still a really good song. I also like So It Goes, and also I like New Year's Day. New Year's Day is like an amazing song. That one's really good. This album is really important for her discography because basically people were obviously didn't like her and were getting mad at her and just overall hating on her basically for no reason. And so after 1989 she actually had a speech about this because people were saying she wrote too many songs, like breakup songs, and too many songs about boys. So for 1989 she leaned into a little bit more of like fun and like friend songs and like about herself. And she still had some songs about boys, but she like had more about other things. And then people were saying like that's like they didn't like that either. So she made this whole album about how like about her reputation, because she basically was saying like, okay, so whatever if I have a bad reputation, like, and she just owned it. And so she kind of like has like, and it's kind of has like insecurities and like and just like it felt like everybody like there's like Delicate where she's like feels like everybody's watching her all the time, and it's just stuff like that where it's like she doesn't feel like she can be free. And then she was just like, well, like, and she just kind of like owned it.
So how does the photography connect to all that?
I think it's kind of like, well, it's very different. I think it's kind of like going a little bit for like a rebel kind of look, because like that's like she's like trying to look very different. And I think this one is like, I think she's just trying to like be like kind of more like she's kind of like doing what people see her as. Like people are saying like, oh, like she's this and she like does this and does that, and so she's like, okay, if I'm like, if you guys don't like my music and I have a bad reputation, I'm just gonna like go with it. And then she like does all this, and it just kind of like feels like she doesn't really care as much. Like it's kind of like more like let loose and like just do what you want.
I really love this album too. I really love Delicate.
These photos I really like because they're black and white, most of them are, and in her other albums they have lots of color in them. Well, not lots, but they have color in them, and I feel like it's just like very different and not like the same as her other albums. Like, yeah.
I think she grows up a lot in this album. So I think, too, she really starts to own her womanhood instead of playing into the little girl vibe.
Yeah,
She's not a young girl anymore.
Yeah, I think I also forgot to mention, but this was like her Reputation tour. I feel like also did a lot of that, and it was all like more like big and like crazy things, and that was crazy. She has actually a movie of it. It's really cool. I watched it, and I was kind of disappointed though, because So It Goes is like I really love that song, and that's the only song from Reputation that's not in the movie. So
okay, and this is a really exciting part too when she comes out.
I wanted to say from a photography standpoint, you know, it's a totally different feel because of these high fashion photographers.
Yeah.
And you can tell, you know, especially from these like full length ones, she's really taking on these kind of like typical fashion poses.
Yeah. And that's high fashion.
And that's kind of like she's going from 1989, the photography, and probably the music based on what you're saying is more like hanging out with my friends. This is friends. And then now this is like, she's like, I don't know, stepping into
her power.
Her power. Yeah. That's a great way to say it.
She is actually powerful, and I think she really owns it here. So we never see a Taylor's version of this one, and for all this last year, we were all thinking that all the Easter eggs we were seeing were going to be about Reputation.
Yes, they also thought that for Torture Postpartment.
Yes.
And it's she actually said when she got her master's, she said that if people thought that was fun and interesting, she would still re-record Reputation and Debut. But she said she tried to re-record Reputation several times, but she just couldn't find any way that she could make it better, or like any way that like she liked it like as much, because with all her other albums, they all changed a little bit. Every song changed just a little bit, especially since she got older. And her like vocals got better, but she didn't usually change the songs. So like just hearing that kind of surprised me, because she didn't usually even change the songs. Like she only changed, I can only think of one lyric that she changed, and it was only one thing, and that was in Speak Now, and she hasn't changed anything else otherwise than that.
Mm-hmm. I have a question, because definitely by this point we know that everything she's doing is very purposeful. And I hadn't noticed this before, but if you look at this necklace, it feels kind of like it's digging into her neck. Do you see that? Does it feel, do you think that is like purposeful? Is it some kind of commentary?
I've kind of noticed that for a while, and I think that it's kind of like, I feel like it could be, but I also kind of thought like sometimes in order to get chokers to stay off, they have to be really tight. So that also could be why.
Okay.
She wore a choker when she was really young too. That was like her thing when she was young. She had like a choker she really liked. But I kind of wonder if there is some kind of like bondage to it, like being like you're kind of being like maybe suffocated or like people are kind of putting her in a place like there's a prison of, or maybe it's like a prison of her own making, or if it's, do you know what I mean? Like
keeping you on a chain.
Yeah, something. There's got to be something to it because I think that nothing is unintentional.
Definitely by this era.
Right. And this is just like such a cool album because I think it's like she's made this around a time that I think most women start to claim their strength and power and find their voice as a human. And I just think it makes a lot of sense to me that it came out around the time that it did in her age. So, okay.
Now we are up to 2019.
Lover!
Oh, I was going to do that.
You can do it also.
Lover.
The photographer is Valheria Rocha.
Valheria Rocha.
And these photos are a lot different.
That was the picture. That looks like the one in red.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually Lover. I forgot it was Lover in 1989.
Okay.
So these photos are like totally different than Reputation. You go from this stark like black and white, high contrast, high fashion to these softer pastels, lower contrast. So tell me, why are the pictures so different? I mean, what about the album is so different than the last album?
Because she's in love.
She's in love.
But she's not actually in love. She's in denial.
She's in denial.
Is what this one is about. She was when...
Who's she singing about?
Hold on, I'm getting there. And when she was going to release Torture Post Department, in the days leading up to it, she released these... She made these playlists that were the 5 stages of grief. So, denial, anger, bargaining, depression, acceptance. Mm-hmm. And I believe that's the right order. And for the denial one, she put a lot of her songs from Lover into it, including the main love song and title track, Lover.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Because she is singing about
Joe Alwyn, the guy that they broke the person that they broke up during the Airs tour.
Yeah. Yeah.
They dated for 6 years.
And that is who I Can Do It With a Broken Heart.
6 or 7 years? Don't say
No.
that.
No.
I'm cutting it out.
No. Technically it was, though.
Okay. I really love this album. I love this album. I wore Lover color theme clothes to the Airs tour.
Okay. Well, my favorite songs in this is Miss Americana and the Heartbreak Prince,
Mm-hmm.
Cruel Summer,
Mm-hmm.
The Man,
Yeah, it's great.
and I Forgot That You Existed.
Hit after hit.
Yes, this one, this album is really amazing because it's like it's so different, but it's closer to like 1989 than it is to Reputation, but it's very fun and exciting, and I think this one is very very nice, and because she kind of has like this huge shift, and she like finally writes a love album. And a lot of people were saying like, if Lover was the album she released instead of the Life of a Showgirl, everybody also would have hated it because it's happy and it's like a completely like different music than Folklore, Evermore, and Midnights. So I think that one, I do think it's a lot like The Life of a Showgirl.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I get that.
I can see how, visually speaking, these are similar to 1989. The images themselves aren't, but like the color palette is similar. Mm-hmm. The kind of tone, everything's a little bit softer. They have kind of that Polaroid feel to them, even though they're not. The other thing that I thought was interesting about this is you see this crew photo, and it's all women who worked on this album.
Which is cool.
Yep. Another reason why she is, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, another reason why she is cool. Totally. Yeah. I saw something on the internet today that was like, I hate everyone who's not a girl. And I kind of feel that.
You don't like Dad? Or any of your sons?
Oh, unless they're related to me.
Okay, there you go. She's not buying it.
Everyone's related to you, by the way.
I kind of feel like my sons are also girls.
Sure. They're progressives.
Yes, they're girls. If I'm like, girl, they count.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this one is really amazing. I love it so much, and it's has a lot of songs about Joe Alwyn. And
what are your favorite songs from this one?
I like "False God" is a really good one. That one has saxophone in it, and
I used to play saxophone.
Thanks for that.
Did you play the saxophone?
I have to bring everything back to me.
Yeah, did you?
Because
did
I
you
am
hear
a
her?
man.
Did you hear? I mean, case in point.
Did you play the saxophone in?
As a matter of fact,
You did.
I did not.
I knew it.
Okay, well, I thought you did. But I really like "False God," and I also really like I do like Miss Americana and the Heartbreak Prince also, and I like the Archer, the Man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a great song, and that video is really good.
Daylight and every other song in the album.
Okay, it's a great album.
Okay.
I like to talk about the photos too.
Okay.
And I really like how they're very like different from like she kind of goes back and forth from like not color to color.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I really like how the ends of her hair are colored. I think that's like
I feel like this is like the Love version of Reputation, because Reputation's like, okay, fine, whatever, I'm gonna do whatever I want, and then it's like she's leaning into it, and then it's like, okay, I'm gonna do whatever I want, but now I want to be happy, and so now she's happy.
Yeah. Okay. I love it.
All right. Now we go from 2019, 2020.
Folklore. Okay. I have the vinyl for this one.
Show it to us while I talk
show us.
about the photos a little bit.
Beth Garrabrant.
Yes, Beth Garrabrant is the photographer. And this, so we've mentioned her already because she did all the Taylor's version covers, but this is actually the first time they worked together, was 2020's Folklore album. It's all black and white. It's
Actually, it's not all black and white.
Oh, okay.
It's mostly black and white.
Thank you for
almost
that.
all of it.
Sure. So the primary photos are black and white. It was shot on film.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Garrabrant is based in Austin, Texas. She actually has an Indiana connection as she went to the University of Notre Dame.
Boo.
Exactly. And she was reached out to by Taylor's team to do this album. The photography is really interesting. It's so much different, especially than
Do you have a booklet?
Lover. It's a very
Yes,
big
but I was waiting 'cause I
contrast.
need to say something about it.
And so tell me about how the photography complements the music on the album.
So, this is her album that is about stories she made up. These are not, some of them I think are actually about her, but most of the songs are just about stories she made up, or like mostly or partially made up, because she was trying to, wanted to be a storyteller. And so you see she's less featured in these photos, she's just tiny, and this one just looks like the Evermore album cover, but she's like a lot less featured in the cover, which my dad actually pointed out to me. Shout out to him. And,
So she's small on the front, and on the back, it's her back.
yeah.
So that's interesting.
So she has here a couple more. These ones are smaller, but this one she had a ton of variants for. I'm not sure how many, but she had a ton of them. And this one actually comes with 2 vinyls because it's 17 tracks. This is one of the like only in color pictures that she has. She's very small, and you can see it's just green.
It's just very, very slight color. It's
a
still very
tiny bit.
monochromatic.
It's only a tiny bit of color. You can see her. You can see a little bit more color in her jacket. You can see it's kind of brown, and she has the grass, and you can see her hair. This one, let's see if this has legs on it. It does have the legs on it. This one, I have the like brown, kind of like green.
Oh yeah, which is also starts to get into.
Oh, I like they put the photo on the
Yes.
center of the record.
So yeah, this one, it's like very like calm. She also had a bright red version, which was cool. But this one, you can't really see it because you have to like look very close, but it has glitter in it, just like gold glitter. I didn't even realize till we came out to film this, and it was like super bright and glitter. But yeah, and so this is what both of them look like. This is the second one.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so very interesting. It's a
Totally different.
totally different. And even if you compare it to other black and white, Reputation being black and white,
Yeah.
It's so different than Reputation.
So what's really interesting about this album? Do you know what do you know
think,
about
Neb?
about I know it's not one of your most favorites, but what do you know that what might people be interested to know about?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay. So what might people be interested to know about Folklore?
So, as I said before, this was all storytelling, but she has this is like a completely sad song album. She doesn't have any happy songs on it, but
it really is different than any of her other albums.
It is very different.
Yeah.
This one, since it's called Folklore, of course it's kind of like folklore. It's listed as alternative and for the genre. And you can see it's very like woodsy and like outdoor nature and like very just like kind of like it's kind of like in it you can kind of see like it's kind of like when you're in nature and you're looking around and then you just start thinking like, wow, this is like really cool, like the nature, like it looks,
so it's introspective.
Yeah, it's kind of like this looks really cool, like
it.
Everything like around me is like it's so like
so they wrote and recorded this album in like during the pandemic, I'm pretty sure, and so it was definitely just a very small group of people that worked on the project, and
it's the same with the photos too. The photos were just the two of them out in the woods, the photographer and Swift, and she did her own makeup, wore her own clothes. She wasn't working with a team like we saw just from the last album. They had that big team surrounding them.
Yeah, so just totally different, and of course a lot like what we all experienced. Anybody who can remember back to 2020, which you might not be able to very well, but the was just that we're all really secluded. And then this album, I think that she said something too along the lines of it being that she didn't have a lot going on, so she didn't have a lot to write about, and so she wanted to just create stories from her imagination.
She has like so many stories. This was very confusing for somebody who did not know this when they were first listening to this album, because she has like one song that's about being an alcoholic, and I'm like, she an alcoholic? She a recovering alcoholic? No, she's not. She just that song is This Is Me Trying. That one, so like she has this story. She has also 3 different songs from 3 different people's perspective. Of this one is true. This one's about her life, but obviously it's written. She made it up because it's about other people's perspective that she didn't actually get their perspective of. But it's about one of her like boyfriends that cheated on her, but it was when they were younger. They were like 17.
Okay.
And so that one, the one from the boy's perspective is Betty. The one from the girl's perspective, the other one is August, and the one from her perspective is Cardigan.
Oh.
So is this where her whole cardigan thing started? Like having cardigans for fans?
I think it is, yes.
Yeah.
Because she started making cardigans for like other albums. I think she did one for Folklore, and she might have done one for Evermore, and then she just started making more, and then she was just like, okay, now I'm doing for Midnights, which is what I'm wearing.
Mm-hmm.
And
then she did one for Life of a Showgirl.
And then she did one for Life of a Showgirl. But first, she had them for her Taylor's Version albums.
Yeah.
She had one for Speak Now, which was really cool, and 1989, which was like the most famous one. And then Life of Showgirl. I really liked the Life of Showgirl one, but I did not get it, unfortunately.
I heard it's fuzzy, even though it looks a little scratchy.
Because it's glitter.
Yes, because it's glittery. Did you want to say something, or do you want to take us into the next thing?
I want to say my favorite songs on this is Cardigan, because I feel like it's like very like, I don't know, but it's like I really like it, and I want to say that. And also the photos in this one I really like, because they're like very like, I feel like timeless photos. Like she kind of just like walked into it, and she just like was like, okay, let's do this, and like see what happens.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool to see it.
My favorite songs are, I like the end of her album. So I like This Is Me Trying, but my favorite ones right now are probably, I really like Mad Woman. She also has this one called Epiphany, which partially is about the pandemic. So she has, it's half about war and it's half about the pandemic.
Interesting. So then the amazing thing that happened is that just later that year,
she made a sister album.
Yes, and what's it called?
Evermore.
Yeah, so this blew everybody's minds. Everybody lost their cool because she had already released an album with 16 or 17 songs. And then Followed it right up with another album with another 17 songs.
I think I know the deluxe version only adds 2 songs, so I'm not sure.
15 to 17 depending on the version. So huge. Okay, now I just want to say I like Tolerate It. Okay, go.
Okay, my favorite songs on this is Champagne Problems.
Oh yeah, that's so good.
Tis the Damn Season. Those are my favorite, and I think in these photos, it's more like she's like out in the woods, but it actually has like color and stuff, and I feel like she's more the main focus in these photos. But in Folklore, it's more like the things surrounding her.
Okay.
Yeah. That's interesting. Can I ask about that? I was going to ask about that. Maybe you can work this in too. It's very similar photos, but yeah, you move from primarily black and white to primarily color. And why maybe did she choose to go into color to this album from the last album?
So I think there's 2 main reasons. First is because, for Folklore, like I said, it's like storytelling and it's very sad. Evermore is a little bit more happy. It's still kind of sad things, but it's more happy, like she's more like fine with it. And this one also has a really good ending track, like I was talking about in Red. Because for the original ending track, the ending track is actually the title, Evermore. And basically, she sings about all this stuff that is ending. So, like, every single song, like almost every single song on this album is about stuff that's ending. And then in the very last song, Evermore, is kind of the same. She's talking about how nothing ever lasts forever. And then at the very end, she's like, actually some, like, the good stuff does last forever. Like, some stuff does, because she says through the whole song, she says the chorus 3 times. She says this pain would be forevermore, and then at the end she says this pain wouldn't be forevermore.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, great. That was really an exciting time to be around.
So now 2022.
Midnight.
So we're working with the same photographer again, Beth Garrabrant.
Okay.
We put it up on
We've got
screen.
another album.
So this would be their 3rd collaboration.
Yeah. And we love these pictures.
So,
yes.
can I say something? Or
Yeah, you want to introduce what you have in the...
So, I have, she has a ton of variants for this vinyl too. I have the not 3 a.m. version. So I have, which I'm pretty sure they were actually released 2 years apart, if I'm correct. But she has, I have the green version. She has, just with this specific variant, she has 4 versions. She has yellow, brown, green, and blue. I have the green one. And if you get all of them, this is my favorite collection. If I were to get any collection, I would get these ones, because if you get all of them, you get a clock. So, see, it has numbers.
And so they all go together.
I remember that. That's really cool.
You put them all together, and you get a clock. So this one is not the original album cover, because it's a variant, but it has her in like this like yellow, like kind of looks like a nightgown, but it's like a fancy one. Like, I don't know if that makes any sense, but I just kind of thought that. And on the back you have her just kind of chilling. I love her eyeshadow in this one. But I think this is like cool because this is cool because I just think it's like she's like in like a sweater and she's like laying on the floor, but she's still in like her full makeup.
Yes.
And then on the inside we have this whole entire big picture.
Yeah.
You can't really see it very well, but it's her sitting in a chair and she's holding one of her heels. And I think this is a cool picture because it kind of looks like she's just like very tired, and it's just like cool because I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain this one.
I have to say, as a photographer, this would be a dream to have your photos so prominent in an album. Mm-hmm. Like they're not just little tiny 2x3 inch things. You unfold the album and it's the entire. Mm-hmm. That's really cool. I would love that.
Yeah, this one. Then you have this picture, which is. Oh wait, I've got two things. Hold on one second.
There's a lot of photography in this album.
So you've got this picture. This is the lyric book. This one's her basically playing the piano. I think this one's cool because it's like you're writing your songs at midnight. And then this one with her worn down makeup. So you can see like she's been wearing it for a long time. Like she's got like the glitters fading, and then like her lipstick's also like really faded. And I think it's just like it's very obvious you've been wearing it for a long time.
So the midnight's like she's been out doing something where was maybe just fancy, and then now the photos reflect that you're like home.
It's like the end of the night, like back
end
at
of the
home
night
after a long night.
Yeah, and she's got in this one she's like wearing like normal clothes. Sorry, Nev.
Here, come over here.
She's like wearing normal clothes, and I think she's like doing like a little like pose. I don't really know how to explain that one because it doesn't feel like it fits as much as the other ones. And then this one up here, you can see it's like very like kind of reminds me of like Reputation a little bit.
Okay.
So
there's more. So there's so much in this.
Photo heavy.
Yes.
So we've got this one of her laying on the floor. This time she has no makeup.
Sure.
And
so she's really like done, and she's sad.
And this one where she's 100% crying and sad.
Okay, bring Pen and Neb.
She's 100%. I just want to show the vinyl real quick.
Oh yeah, that's a really cool vinyl.
So it's very, very like blue when you have light behind it, but you can't really tell in this lighting because
if you lift it up above your head, you'll be able to see it. See? You can really see. Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay.
So the photos in this album I like a lot because like how everybody else was saying, they were like after she was like out at a party and she like came home and she was just like
she's on the floor a lot.
Yes. So she's
like all the pictures. Oh, you were? I'm sorry. Okay.
And she was like and she's like on the floor. She like just came home from a party, and I feel like that is like very
realistic.
Yeah. And my favorite songs in this one is, well, like I like all the songs, but I like Lavender Haze, Maroon, Anti-Hero, Snow on the Beach, Anti-Hero,
so all of the songs.
You're on Your Own Kid, Midnight Rain, Question, Vigilante, S-Word.
This is an amazing
Bejeweled,
album.
Labyrinth, Karma, Sweet Nothing, Mastermind.
I like Sweet Nothing, I like Sweet Nothing, I like Labyrinth, and I like Anti-Hero. Those are my favorites. And
literally, though, like every song on this
shirt
album.
on.
You do.
You see the reference?
Yeah. This is an outstanding album.
It really is. Can we also talk a little bit more? What about the photos reflects the mood of the music?
Because she's insecure, and she's like, and she like is like, has like, I think in this album you can see like she's in a ton of different places, and she has so much stuff around her, so much stuff to do, and she's just lying on the floor and in the bathtub apparently, and she's not doing anything, but she like has so much stuff, and she's just like isn't doing anything.
I think there's a lot of thinking about how she feels about herself throughout this album, and how she, like, Mastermind is about how she's tricked her partner into loving her. And and of course, you know, it's a darker album, and the pictures definitely reflect that, like, kind of, it's like it all works together, and that it's midnight, and that it's dark, and that she's feeling dark, and you can definitely feel that. And there's, I mean, Anti-Hero is about, like, you know, a lot of self-loathing. So, okay. Do we have anything else about Midnights? It's such a good album. Did I say that? That was a really good album. That's a really good album.
2024, the Torture Post Department.
Ooh, we are in the midst of the Eras Tour now.
Okay.
Torture Poets Department.
And she releases a flippin' album in the middle of one of the biggest. Yes.
That she's been working on since she made Midnights.
Yes. And that she is now going, circling the globe, performing 3-hour shows, many, many nights. And one of the, like, biggest feats in concert history. And meanwhile is also apparently going to be able to write and release another album. And not a short album.
And this is, again, photographer Beth Garrabrant. This is that's the last time I'll be saying that name for now. They could work together again. She has gone back to people.
This one is black and white again because she's sad.
Yeah.
I want to say my favorite song in here is My Boy Only Breaks His Favorite Toys. And I feel like these photos are very, like, sad.
She's kind of doing the same thing she did in Midnight's. Like, she's just kind of in places, and she looks very tired and, like, kind of like... But, like, this one has a little bit more color. Like, it's not black and white. It's kind of like brown and white. But,
sure, there's some sepia, but it's very muted. So rather than being, it's muted like Midnight's is, but then it's also has the added, black and white or sepia tones to it. It's even taken more color out of it.
It's a lot softer than the others, than the other black and white albums, in both that there's less contrast, meaning you don't have those bright white highlights and you don't have the fully dark blacks, the black blacks, and there's a lot of soft focus too.
Yeah, and I think that really matches the album's vibe. So can we just take a moment to really appreciate Beth Garrabrant, because wowza, the variety of imagery that she has, she's kind of a chameleon in the same way Taylor Swift is. Because we're seeing all these different albums that are so different, and it's about all this evolution of self and so many different kinds of things. And I feel like she's captured the vibe of these albums really well in partnership with Taylor Swift. So really impressive. And this album's really impressive. You love My Boy Always Breaks His Favorite Toys. Only breaks his favorite toys. And what songs do you love from this album?
So I really like Down Bad is one of my favorites. I think the manuscript is, I don't like it so much as a song because I find it a little bit not as interesting, but it's a very good closing song.
Sure.
And I also really like Peter is Very Smart and So High School. I like that one a lot. And How Did It End is very fun to play on the piano.
So this is a double album. Is that right? We didn't say that yet.
No, we didn't say that. It is a lot of songs. And
31, which means everyone has one for their birthday.
There are 31. That's right. Everyone has a Torture Poets Department song to match your birthday.
Mine is So High School.
Mine is I Can Do It With a Broken Heart. And I was going to say that I really love that song. And it is definitely leading us right into my newest favorite album.
My favorite?
Are you have anything else you want to say before we go?
1989 is my album.
Oh, okay. That's great. So my favorite song is I Can Do It With a Broken Heart. And that is, I feel like,
definitely
a really good...
a tribute to the life of Showgirl.
Yes, it is definitely a look ahead to the current album that just came out at the beginning of October. So, The Life of a Showgirl. Let's get to it.
The Life of a Showgirl.
Is this totally different?
She's working with Mert and Marcus again. These are very, very highly produced, highly posed, staged, lit, everything.
This one, so I remember when we were talking about this before, this one I loved so much, this picture with the pink. I love that one so much. I got my vinyl. I have the tiny Bubbles in Champagne version. So this one, I love this one so much. It's very cool, and it has it's glittery. And I open the album, and what do I find? My favorite picture.
Yay! And that's so fun. And so you already loved that picture before you got your vinyl because you ordered a
so I was
pre-order.
Very excited. So you have her laying on this couch. In fact, I kind of like this one a little bit more than the other one. And you can see over on this side, you've got some smaller pictures just of the different types of pictures she had. This one's really fun because it comes out the top and not the side.
I want to say about that photo that you really like. It's really impressive that they had all those mirrors on the walls in the back, and you don't see the photographer in there at all.
I'd love to hear about how they did some of those pictures. This has just been really... So this is a totally different vibe now. After Midnight's and Torture Poets Department, where she was literally tortured. Poor girl. And she really didn't respect herself enough, I think. And now I feel like she's finally met someone that makes her feel valued.
So, oh my
God. And you can
keep
see it in her...
So she's got this beautiful picture on the back. When you open it up, you have the lyrics. So this is all one thing. You've got another picture in the middle. What is it? This one's probably in the shiny bug variant because it's very yellow. Or not shiny bug, that's purple and green. Whatever the blue and yellow one is.
Okay.
And then you've got the beautiful vinyl. This one's very interesting because it comes out the side. But yeah, this one is very pretty. You have the you can see
it really
well.
nicely in the light.
So you've got this beautiful like pattern, and then it's got like the mashed up pictures in the middle. You can see. Mine has a skip in it.
But you decided to keep it.
But it's okay because
it's for show. Okay.
Okay, so what I have to say about the songs, my favorite is either Father Figure.
Yes. Which is about what? What's Father Figure about? Buying back her bastards.
Okay.
Oh, yay.
So my favorite is Father Figure, Opalite.
Yes.
Elizabeth Taylor.
Do you think it's forever?
Can I say mine?
And then I like The Fate of Ophelia.
I thought she
and those are my favorites.
Okay. My favorite probably is The Fate of Ophelia, Elizabeth Taylor, Opalite, Father Figure, Eldest Daughter, Ruined Friendship, Actual Romantic, Wood, Cancelled, Honey, The Life of a Showgirl, and I'm forgetting one.
Wish list.
That one's one of my favorites.
Okay, this album is so great.
My actual favorites are Wish List and The Fate of Ophelia and probably Elizabeth Taylor.
Okay.
Yes.
So romantic
these
too.
photos are like some of my favorite photos because they are very like behind the scenes. Like they're all in like places that like is like behind the stage or just like somewhere like the seats or like the.
It's not her performing.
It's not her
really,
performing.
it's behind what it's like to be a showgirl.
And
that's what the album's about.
Yes, and I feel like it like shows very well because like in her music video, The Fate of Ophelia, she's like changing like how she looks a lot, and that's like the life of a showgirl. You like have to like change the way you're looking and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, and one of my favorite photos on here is the one where is her album cover photo, the one where she's in the bathtub. And I feel like that's probably, like, because I feel like it's, like, very, like, different from, like, any of her other album covers.
Yeah, I think she actually has, like, kind of a pink lipstick instead of red, which I thought was very interesting.
Yes, that's an evolution. She wore orange when she announced it.
I like a lot. Yeah. Yes, I like a lot of the stuff in this. A lot of the pictures and different outfits and everything in the music video. I like a lot of it. I think some of them I'm like, that's an artistic choice.
Yes. There are a couple
times,
pictures that I feel like on any of her albums that don't really fit in.
Yeah,
and they're just like, we like this picture, so we put it in there.
That's
I respect that.
There's like a couple things. The first one is the one with her in the yellow, in the big yellow feather thing, and she's standing with a ton of other people. I feel like that one doesn't fit as much because all this is very warm colors, and all of a sudden you have like this bright yellow. That one.
That one?
It's like bright yellow, and then like there's a ton of other people. It just doesn't really feel like it fits as much. And then the other thing is the one where she's climbing on the seats, because it kind of just feels like she's like some sort of superhero. So
yeah, I don't know what that one doesn't match for me, but I'm sure it means
doesn't
something.
make sense.
Do you think it's like a Easter egg?
Maybe she's wearing like a bracelet on her foot.
You know who she looks like is from the music video from the 80s.
Oh, the Robert Palmer.
Yeah,
girls?
where they're
Yeah, I think she looks like Jamie Lee Curtis from True Lies.
Oh.
Also, she has a slick back.
Yeah, the slick back hair. That's what
I don't. This is the only one that I don't understand. What's happening?
I know. I don't get this one, but I really
want to. This is my favorite one.
I like that one a lot.
Well, and this is a throwback to another. She has the same
pose in Reputation with the same photographers.
I was the person who pointed out it.
Yeah.
Oh, she went from 2 to 1. What does that mean?
interesting.
That's like a, I don't know.
She has
There's a whole
one
lot. So we have so many things.
What I want to
else did you
know
wanna
is
talk
how
about?
long this photo shoot
How many
took.
days?
Was it 5 days? My guess
How many
is 5
people?
days.
How many lights? How many everything?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you
Well,
love
Mert
to
and Marcus
talk to
do a
all
lot of post-production. They do a lot of their work
Oh, interesting.
after. So I'd be interested, too, to see
I really
the
love
scene,
that
what
they
it looked
take
like
turns taking
versus...
pictures.
That's cute.
It is cute. Like they said about your video about them. They said cute.
Oh, yeah.
When she released, this is mine. when she released this album, she was dating Travis Kelce, and now she's engaged.
Now she's engaged.
Engaged.
They got engaged the day she announced it.
And she was saying that she wanted to marry him.
Yes.
Well, she was saying she wanted to settle down.
She had already had all these songs. Yeah. So they clearly had already decided to get married when she was writing those songs. I don't think it was a surprise to him.
She said
to find out that she wanted to populate her neighborhood with his children. Mm-hmm. So
she said
that's what she says in one of the songs.
She says that she knew right before it happened because like all the windows were blocked out during the podcast, and she's like, "Huh, that's weird. Like this feels kind of extra, but like maybe he just didn't want anybody to notice like that I was here." She was like, "This feels kind of extra for me," and then like even for me, and then after she said that he was acting like really nervous, and then she like realized like right before they went out. That, like, it was gonna happen.
That's so cute.
And also, I feel like everybody realizes like right before it happens in their backyard. I heard.
Yeah, but his backyard.
But also, she, because they must have been like setting it up.
There was a florist set it up, yeah.
Yeah, but also she, you can see them if you rewatch it. It's really funny because you can see them because obviously Jason Kelce knows, which is Travis Kelce's brother, in case anybody doesn't know that. And Travis Kelce, and like every time she'll say something that's like about like saying boyfriend, they'll both be like,
they do. And there's a lot of commentary about him on this album, and he seems to be very excited for everyone to hear it. So, which can you blame him, because it says wonderful things about him and what a nice boyfriend he is. Okay, before we quit, we got to talk about the Eras Tour. And the photography from it. Can you introduce us to what you know about Eras Tour photography? Sure.
Well, one thing I thought was interesting was I watched a video from a photographer who photographed the Eras Tour, and she was saying before the show started, they were walked through the first 3 songs with Tree Payne, her publicist, and sometimes people have portrayed Tree Payne as being like controlling, but the way that this photographer saw it was that she was being very helpful, and she was telling them like when all the moments were to photograph. Like if you listen for this lyric in this song, then she's going to put her feet up, and you'll be able to see the red bottoms of her boots, and you'll be able to get a photo of that at this point, and it'll last exactly 7 seconds. And so this photographer said, it was really helpful. It helped me feel calm, because you got to figure, not a lot of people have photographed concerts in front of 75,000 people at a stadium. So also I should mention it's industry standard that photographers just shoot the first 3 songs. And
so we saw a lot of repetitive images, because if you don't know, so the Eras Tour was the same. How long was the set list? How many songs was it? I know that you'd remember.
I don't know exactly. I have to count, but I think it's like close to 30. Yeah,
that's what I was thinking. It was about 30 songs. We can look that up. So the Eras Tour is a 3-hour show. There was no intermission. There was, she did basically 2 years of touring. And so the second year was add-on dates. And we were able to go in that second set of shows. But she also, interestingly, allowed fans to live stream every single night of the tour. And so there were live streams that you could watch online, and there was this whole kind of community around it. I think that there were estimates that like 1 million people watched the last night of the Eras Tour live. So there are... So every single show was the same, except for
the surprise songs.
There were 2 surprise songs, and sometimes there were mashups she started doing in the second year of the tour. And so basically 2 songs. Every city got their own 2 songs, but then the rest of the tour was exactly the same. And and I think that was when her dancers took a break.
I think it's actually over. Yeah, I think it's actually over 30. I think it's like 32 or something.
Okay, and then and each night she wore different outfits for each era. So to give you some also like scope is that there were originally 10, then 11 eras at the point, which is an era was each album,
which she removed.
She cut some songs to make room for the 11th era.
Yeah,
it swapped out.
She removed She removed The Archer From Lover, she removed Tolerate It, and from Evermore and added Folklore and Evermore together. And she removed Long Live at one point too. So it was just Enchanted.
Yeah, so she swapped out some things, but then the concert was essentially the same show every night to a certain degree. And then, so a lot of what added excitement from night to night was that, first of all, her fans knew the show from top to bottom because they'd been watching it night after night after night. There was the movie came out, and then there were kids who were logging onto the live stream, and then there were games that were created online where people were guessing what her clothes were going to be for each era because she had a costume change between each era. And so it was really fascinating to watch. It was really cool. And as a testament to how amazing the photography was that came out of the show, they had this yeah, and I think we'd be remiss to not talk about the fact that a lot of the photography and imagery that came out of the show was from her fans, because people were, live streaming and filming and photographing every night of the concert, and it was all over the internet. So Louisa and Nev each got these books last Christmas, but I would really love to show the drawings of the outfits. And then if you had any favorite images in here, but there's, so this is really cool. And we'll have to I don't know if we can get this. Maybe it'd be better to just take a shot of it and put it on. But if you pull it this way. So this was her costumes for each era. So you see there's Red, Fearless. Here's her acoustic set, Reputation. And it was and so each night it would be really exciting to find out
there's
what she was gonna wear.
There are a couple outfits on here she never wore. So she never wore this this pink jacket. She never wore this t-shirt for Midnights, and she never wore the combination of the green skirt and the orange top.
Do you remember what she wore for us?
I do.
Do you remember any of them?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, well, do you want to...
Nev, you can start.
Because I think that's so fascinating.
Start because I don't remember.
Okay, well, let's go through them real fast. See if you can do them.
So we did Tangerine. That was ours. We also got, I don't remember the shirt. I think it was This Is Not Taylor's version.
I think that's what we got.
These, I don't know out of these because they're impossible to tell, but I think we got this one. And then everyone gets this one for all 2 Ultimate version. Folklore, do you remember our Folklore one?
I think it was the green one, right?
Yeah, the green one.
I remember that because that's my favorite one.
Yeah, it was so pretty.
Yeah, the green one, that's my favorite too. These are the not OGs.
Wait, I can tell this one.
Yeah, these are the not OGs. So these are the OGs. And since we went late in the tour, we did not get any of these.
So we got this one, the yellow and the orange.
It might have been the other way, but I know we got yellow and orange.
Yeah?
I don't remember what we got for Fearless. I think it was this one.
I think they had shaky. They had stuff that shook around.
They all did. Oh. It was this one, I think, this blue one.
Okay.
For Torture Post Department, I don't remember the dress because they're so similar.
This one we got.
But
she had 2 big coats, and then she goes into the smaller one, right?
Yeah, but I don't remember if I think it's I Love You is Ruining My Life. And then for this one was really exciting because there's one outfit she hadn't worn. So she has these combinations, and there was one outfit, and it was my favorite combination, and she hadn't worn it in 2 months or at least. And so I was like, oh, she's not going to wear it. And I was so upset. And then she wore it. So she brought it back, and it was, do you know which one it is?
It's the gold one?
It's the gold one.
Yeah.
Evermore was not in it. It was just Folklore. So we didn't get any of those. For Reputation, we got the...
I don't remember.
Gold one. For acoustic section, I don't remember exactly, but I think we got the Tide Pod one.
I think we got the Tide Pod one.
Yeah, it's not on here. It's orange, blue, and white.
Yeah.
For Speak Now, do you remember our Speak Now one?
I think it was this one, right? No.
It's not on here. It's Elsa. It's,
okay. So
it's
there's
green and blue.
Yeah, so there's quite a few that aren't even on here.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
And for Midnights, I don't remember which shirt we got. I think it was the dark purple or light purple?
It's a dark purple.
Dark purple. And then for the bodysuit, we got the Moonstone, which you can't see on here, but I think it's that one.
Okay. So I think
Wait. And the Karma jacket, I think, was the blue one, but it might have been the rainbow one.
I was thinking blue, so I don't know if I remember right. But I will say that this is one place, too, where I feel like the photography, I told you this, I really wish that you could have shot the Eras Tour.
Yeah, me too.
Because I really feel like as complicated of a show as it was, I did not the movies I have not seen anything that has accurately depicted what the show was like.
Sure, I believe that.
Not one thing has come out that has given it the full. I mean, because it was like it was like 4D. It was fully immersive.
Yeah,
and it was just incredible. It was like nothing I've ever experienced, and it was also your first concert, right? Yeah. So when we left the show, and I said, "What did you think?" And they said they thought it was great, and then I was like, "Well, it's all downhill from here."
Yeah, right.
Because you'll never see anything
unless
like
she does another tour.
Unless it's Taylor Swift, I can't imagine anybody being able to do something like this again. It was incredible. Yes. What?
Shout out to all the people at the end of the Eras tour.
Also,
you fellow Swifties.
By Taylor Swift.
Here's the other combination. I think this was the one that we got. Was this combination?
Yes. So you didn't get to shoot the Eras tour.
No,
but what did you
didn't.
get to do?
I drove everybody down to the show because we got 4 tickets, and I was the 5th person, and I did some basically like street photography outside of the arena.
And it was so fun.
It was fun. It was really enjoyable. The vibes were really good. Yeah, there was lots of things like decorations and the big photo on the side of the JW Marriott Hotel, and
and we had some really fun times too. Like in the week before, we all went down. There was a what was it? There was like a scavenger hunt.
Yeah, they renamed all the streets after her songs.
That's right. 2022.
Yeah, you were right. Super fun.
Okay.
Oh, and here's
so maybe we outfits laid out.
I know.
So okay.
Okay. Beautiful. So this was really fun.
It was.
Thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having
us on our show. You guys did a great job. We did it. Did it. Very good. Very good. Okay.